I've already seen enough of this scout. It is good, really good, craftable good, like you definitely want it good. It brings some really cool things to the table. It can be used on any character with any element, but it's best used with arc. You don't have to, but there's synergy there. Tarnished Metal is an arc 200 RPM scout that comes with a new season. You can get it from the Expedition, Catch Crash. It can be focused, it's craftable, and you do want to craft one. Now, the 200 RPMs, I wouldn't necessarily say that they're a dying archetype, but they are rare to come up. There's the Pleiades Corrector, Blazon, there's the old Night Watch, and of course, the main 200 used Mida, the lone exotic for the archetype. Lightweight frames, perp handling, move faster when this weapon is equipped. The base stats are fine, expected. Coded as a scout, has the range with its base 2x zoom. It feels great. I love the sight. Easy to use, easy to track with. In PvP, it duels well, like surprisingly well. Does really good within its range. It deals 54 to the head, 31 to the body, 0.93 TTK. More PvP thoughts later. I have Legend Lost Sector, General Play, PvP, lots of different gameplay in here. But I want to get right into the perks. The main draw, Volt Shot. Simply amazing. Reloading this weapon after defeating a target overcharges this weapon for a short period of time, causing it to jolt on its next hit. In Jolt, the target is charged with a destructive arc light. As they take additional damage while jolted, they chain lightning to nearby targets. And it also deals damage to that target. So that alone, really good. You also have that Arc 3.0 synergy on Hunter here. Damaging a jolted target with a melee attack also blinds them. Defeating a jolted target makes you amplified. Fragments. Defeating a jolted target creates an ionic trace. Then of course there's Warlock with its traces. The Jolt is excellent for ad clear. In basic activities, seasonal play like we're doing these expeditions. Just mows through them. But the best part about this interaction, this damage loop, you can place that Jolt on a major ultra boss yellow bar and it's there for a long time. Place it on them. As you damage that target, it's going to jolt, doing damage to them and surrounding enemies. The enemies that are near that main jolted focal point, they're going to get chained and be collateral. Its best pairing is with Wither Horde. Crazy good, because you can get a kill, reload in the Volt Shot, throw it on a major ultra boss, a yellow bar, jolt them, then Wither Horde them. Wither Horde ticks damage, it's ticking the jolt. So you can just keep shooting them with the scout for extra damage, maybe bring out a linear or a fusion. And as they're moving around, kind of stunned because they're jolted and Wither Horde's hitting them, anything that's running by is getting cleaned up. Very good play loop. And the best part, it's from a distance. And in some of this gameplay, I have Sundering Glare on. It's on the artifact. Rapid precision hits against distant combatants weakens them for a short duration. The jolt damage is no joke, very high damage for what it is. And there are only 3 weapons with Volt Shot, this scout, the sidearm, which is going to get a review at a later date, and then the linear from the seasonal activities, all these pirate weapons. Now Tarnished Metal is the only short, mid, and long range with primary ammo. Big deal. You can use it for a lot of activities. Wither Horde is a beast, but all you have to do is just keep landing shots on the jolted target to get the enemies around them, just sustain damage. As an example, we have Anti-Barrier Scout, perfect. 1570 Lost Sector with Burns. I'm pairing it with Wither Horde. What makes it so cool is even in activities like this, it performs. It's exceptional. I made sure I was matching that 1570, and when it comes to anti-barrier, you can clean up the ads around, place the jolt on the anti-barrier champion, hit him with the Wither Horde, and all you have to do is sit back and watch. It's going to clear out everything around that champion, wait for the shield come up to stun them, and just finish them off. All those enemies are getting deleted because the Wither Horde is constantly ticking that jolt. They're getting chained. And then the champion's getting deleted. But not just anti-barrier. You can also do it to an overload. Put a jolt shot on them, stun them with the overload, throw the Wither Horde, go to town with your heavy. Big sustained damage. It has that versatility. That's what's so cool. You can use it in activities like this. It can be ad clear, but when a yellow bar comes up, you can focus them down with that jolt, delete everything around it. It's a better Dragonfly and a better Firefly. And with Dragonfly, like as the seasons go on, Dragonfly just keeps getting weaker and weaker. We have Incandescent, Volatile Rounds, and Volatile Rounds are probably the best, but since they need extra steps, I'm giving it to Volt Shot. They're all really good though. In the Crucible, when you volt a surrounding enemy, it does 51. I was having so much fun with it. Like I said, it duels well. When you tag that target, the enemies that are getting jolted for 51, meaning it's taking a bullet away from your TTK. You need to land a 3-shot headshot for the cleanup. With all these long maps in rotation, Midtown, Disjunction, I've actually been enjoying playing them with this Jolt Shot 200 RPM Scout. I wasn't having fun before. I was kind of getting tired of them before, but since I got this roll with this perk, started making it fun. Now, the Jolt chain is long, like reaches out and touches opponents. Is it the #1 thing you should have on a weapon? No, not really, but it's fun. And that's just the Volt Shot, like by itself. We haven't talked about adding anything to it, but as of right now, this is the one to get. Maybe next season we might see a Pulse, a hand cannon, other weapons get Volt Shot, but right now this is it. Maybe next season we might not get one with Volt Shot, who knows? So on the other side to pair with Volt Shot, we have Moving Target, it's a great perk, but no. Maybe a random roll to play with in the Crucible. Shoot to loot, PvE perk. Mine currently is shoot to loot volt shot. So at a distance, you have Sundering Glare, you can get the volts off, you can deal damage to the target, the surrounding areas. See a brick on the ground, you can shoot it, grab the brick. It's a good perk, 4 times a charm. Now, it isn't the first choice, but it is viable. And I say that because once you do jolt that target, you need to keep damaging them to make the jolt go off. So, 4 times a charm makes sense, hitting them in the crit. Killing Wind, great perk, PvP focused. Again, mess with it on a random roll. Steady Hands, love the perk. You would get a kill, and all weapons have quick draw, like super quick draw for 8 seconds. It could be a good quick swap to the Wither Horde, then to your heavy weapon. Demolitionist, now we're talking. Those jolted enemies count as Demolitionist energy for your grenade. All those collaterals that you've been seeing is just going to be helping out the grenade. And then you can throw that grenade to bypass the reload. A perfect pairing. The new Dragonfly demo, but better. But you should also consider the next one, Rapid Hit, PvE, or the Crucible. Fast reload after landing crits, it gets more stable. Perfect to fast reload right into the Volt Shot to keep going. But Demo makes the most sense. As you've been seeing with Amplified, if you're running Arc, to put that entire kit together, Amplified's got that reload covered. So you might as well make use of all that chaining going on with Demo. There's very high potential for nade spam with this thing, especially on Warlock, and like the Warlock's already getting traces all the time. So I think that the craft for this is gonna be small bore for range and stability, accurized rounds, you can go with the stability, handling, or range masterwork, Demo Volt Shot. Then enhanced. We can talk down in the comment section what enhanced Volt Shot does. If you do know, please tell us. But we know that Demo gives a little bit more grenade energy on your kills. And if the 52 recoil direction bothers you, you can just go Arrowhead. That gets it to 82 recoil, a lot better, and it gets it to 76 handling, so it helps the strength out of a lightweight. And as far as crafting, it's too good not just to go Volt Shot. There are some other things here like Rapid Hit multi-kill clip, moving target Eye of the Storm, Demo Swash, 4 times a Charm Focus Fury. But there's a lot of things that can do that. So remember, Tarnished Metal, nothing can do what it's doing right now at its range. That's the chase. If another role is appealing to you, just go for it. That's all you. But this thing is so unique. Things that only it can do, I would capitalize on that. And there's no reason why you can't use it in GMs for barrier. Like, no reason at all. At a distance, Sundering Glare, place the jolts, help with stuns, add that extra damage on top of the stun with other weapons. Very good. Now, as far as the Crucible, it's just a fun one. I mean, the 200 lightweights, you gotta land a 3 crit, 1 body, which you can. You've been seeing that in the gameplay. You play in the scout range, so you're playing against other scouts, Jade Rabbit. You're kind of hoping to flinch them, throw them off. And honestly, when I craft that Demo Volt Shot, I would just use that in the Crucible, because Volt Shot's really fun to play with in 6v6. I was having so much fun getting those tags, loading in the rounds, then getting Amplified on Hunter. Just a great weapon. I wouldn't necessarily craft a second one for PvP. I would keep it all Volt Shot Demo all the way. Possibly Rapid Hit, but I think Demo is just the clear winner to me. I think it's the #1 seasonal weapon to go for. And I think overall, with all the weapons that came out, it's in the top 3 for this season. I do. We don't know what's going to come out next season and the season after. So Headstone took a while to spread. At first, it was just on a 180 hand cannon. Then as time went by, it slowly went to other ones. Incandescent got a couple weapons, so who knows? Maybe Volt Shot will be on other ones, but there's also a chance that it won't be. Regardless, scouts are always in the artifact. It puts in work at a distance. It plays a large role with a lot of things you can do. It's the real deal, and it's worth it. And as far as your time spent, if you're navigating your time with Destiny 2, maybe you don't get to play too much, but you're doing the seasonal activities, you're ranking up, I encourage you to start here. Try to get the red borders, and as they drop, look for Volt Shot. That's all you need, really. The rolls are going to get better as you play. Try to get better combinations all the way to your craft. It's a must-have. Go get it. If you're new here, remember to hit the subscribe button, and if you are subscribed, thank you so much for your support. Let's talk about Tarnished Metal down below. Now, the sidearm also has Volt Shot. It's really good too, but a tough decision's made there. It has some other interesting roles to it. Let's talk about it all down below. What are your thoughts on it? Thank you for watching, and until the next one, I am CoolGuy.